Hey there, it's Tara here, and today I am in my gorgeous kayak. I don't want to lean too far because you might be able to see it behind me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm on a gorgeous lake in my new kayak. It is such a blast. I love it so much. And being on the lake in my boat is one of my greatest passions. I love kayaking. There's just something so peaceful about being out on the water by myself, just me and nature. And it's so peaceful, and it just completely melts away any stress that I'm feeling. And that's what I wanted to talk about, because someone asked me the other day, okay, the minimalistic lifestyle that I live, how do you go about building that? How do you go about creating a lifestyle where you don't have a lot of stress, where you don't have a lot of possessions, and where you don't have a lot of bills or worries? Because realistically, I truly don't believe that people want things. I think that people want to be happy, and I think that most people think that if they buy things, the things will make them happy. And that never actually really happens. In my opinion, happiness is something that you build from inside. You can't find it in a material possession. You can't, well, maybe unless you buy a kayak like I did and go paddling in nature or something. Okay, yeah, okay. Money can't buy happiness is what I'm trying to say. You can still use it to have a great time, to find your bliss, and it certainly doesn't hurt any. But what I'm trying to say is that happiness is an internal state. Happiness is something that you create inside. And when I think of how to create a blissful life and how I got to the point of where I am, because even my landlord said the other day, she goes, wow, you seem to have a lot of free time. I feel like something isn't right here because we're working our asses off all the time and you have all this free time to spend. But you see, that's because that's how I want to live my life. All of the choices I have made have led me to where I am now. And everybody has a choice. Almost everybody has a choice. Okay, there's some people who don't. But for those of us privileged enough and blessed enough to be born into a family, a middle-class family like I was, you have a lot of choices. And I feel like I've had a lot of choices. So I chose not to put myself into thousands of dollars of debt. I choose to have very few expenses so that I can live my life with a lot of time to do the things that I love, because that's important to me. That may not be important to you, but it's really important to me to have quality time rather than a bunch of things that I don't need. And one thing my dad always said to me, which I took to heart because he inspires me so much, he said, you know what, if you're not having fun doing something, it's not worth doing. And if you find yourself doing something that you just hate and you're doing it for the sake of doing it, because you think you should, because someone told you, stop doing it. Why would you bother if you're not having fun? If you don't enjoy what you're doing, what is the point of living? And that has become my motto for life. See, I only do things that I enjoy, and that may seem like a selfish thing, like, oh, well, surely there's times in life where you have to do things you don't enjoy. Okay, there is, for sure. But the vast majority of the time, I am a stubborn person. I will not do it if it's not in my best interest. I will not do it if I don't enjoy doing it. Because each and every moment of each and every day, in my opinion, is made up of an opportunity for choice. So each and every moment of the day, you have a choice. Where do you want to work? How do you want to live? What do you want to buy? What is the lifestyle you want to have? And it all starts with small choices. And I didn't just wake up one day with this blissful life where I make YouTube videos and eat raw food and feel comfortable in my skin and get to spend all this gorgeous time in nature. It was all a series of choices that I made, some of them good, some of them bad. But what I try to govern my life by is a quote by Joseph Campbell, and that is, follow your bliss and the universe will open doors where there were only walls. And I am a huge believer in the teachings of Abraham Hicks. I watch every one of their videos. I just love it so much because all they talk about is feel happy. See, everybody wants their ideal life, their blissful life, to be so freaking complicated. We all want to follow a set of rules and regulations, and maybe if we do everything to a T and monitor every thought in our mind and make sure it's all perfect, then we'll finally have the life that we want, the happiness that we want, because that's what it's really all about, right? And just like you can't hate your way to a body that you love, you can't live your life in an unhappy state to get to a place where you're happy in life. It's backwards. It doesn't work that way. You've got to feel happy inside first. So how do I get happy? How do I get into a state where I'm able to attract the things that I want? The people, the places, the circumstances, the possessions. I get out in my kayak and go on the water. Because When you find something that you love doing so much that the rest of the world seems to just melt away and cease to exist, then you know it. You found your bliss. You found the place that you can start attracting better things into your life. And if at this point you feel like you're in a state, like I felt before, where you can't make that leap from feeling depressed, unhappy, dissatisfied with your life, which I felt, I know how it feels, and you feel like you can't just make that huge quantum leap to happiness, just reach for a better thought. Reach for something better each and every time. And don't wallow in self-pity, okay? Don't wallow in self-pity. Don't become complacent about your state of unhappiness. There's that quote, misery loves company, and that's because when we're in a miserable state, we just want everybody else to feel miserable around us. It's addictive to feel miserable, but it can also be equally as addictive to feel happy. So reach for a better thought, reach for a better feeling, reach for a better scenario, go for a walk in the park. There is nothing that makes me happier than nature. And studies have shown that just the color green alone actually raises the serotonin levels in our brain. Nature will make you happy. You've just got to get out of your head, out of your way enough to get out in it and reap the benefits of feeling the peace of nature, because there's nothing quite like it. So follow your bliss and the universe will open doors where there were only walls. This isn't an instantaneous thing. It's not like one day you can just wake up from being depressed the day before and go, okay, I'm following my bliss today and everything better manifest right now. It takes time and it takes consistency, as with anything, as with your diet, as with your lifestyle. And one thing that I find that makes me happy is feeling good in my body. So eating foods that nourish me, eating foods that make me feel high vibe, high energy. Eating the foods that make me want to go paddling for an afternoon because I don't feel sick and overweight and unhappy and bloated. When you eat healthy, it affects your body, it affects your mind, and it enables you to want to make better choices because you are already showing your body one form of self-love by taking care of yourself. So go to the next step, start taking care of your mind, start taking care of your life's purpose. And to a certain point, it is selfish. It means that you can't give a damn what other people think of you. It means you have to stop caring about how other people want you to live your life. So that is my advice. If you want to get blissfully happy, go somewhere where you can make yourself blissfully happy. Start working on your food, start working on your mind, and get out into nature. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you want to see more adventures of me and my new kayak, let me know in the comments below. And if you have anything to say about getting into a state of bliss or finding your happiness or what part of the journey you're on, because it is always a journey. There's always ups and downs. It's kind of like a roller coaster sometimes. That's a-okay. If you have anything to say about that, let me know in the comments below. And if you love Abraham Hicks, please also share because their teachings are so important to my life. And I think that's all I've got to say today. Follow your bliss and the universe will open doors where there were only walls. I'll see you guys next time.